Good evening, America. It is I, Jay Sims, and I am back for another episode of Thursday Night Book Study with the Book Man. You are here. I know you just ate your dinner. You had your spaghetti, your roast beef, your tacos, your fried chicken, your mac and cheese, all that good stuff. You're eating right now. You just got through and come join us and soak up a little bit of this knowledge on this Thursday night. I am here tonight with none other than the doc. What's going on, big bro?
Man, what's happening, man? You done fed them good. You gonna put them to sleep before we get to do what we gotta do tonight.
Hey man, even if they sleep and they listen, it's gonna seek into the cerebellum.
Oh, is that
they're gonna soak up some of this knowledge we putting down for them. Because these two chapters we got for them tonight, these two laws we got for them tonight, these the sneaky laws.
These for sure,
really,
man.
These the ones you really gotta watch out for. Matter of fact, one of them is some of the most favorite words these women like to use out here today. And where it came from, they gonna know what I'm talking about as soon as we talk about it.
Oh, okay. Hey, so David say, let's go. So we ready to go.
We own it. We ready. Now, so we gonna get into it with them tonight, man. Hey. Tell them what's going on.
Oh, you know he had to say this, but I was already gonna say this, but the OG is in the house.
Yes, tonight. Sir. There it is. You know OG ain't good. That's all he do.
Even though he said we need to change the weight music, so I had to do a refresh for season 2. I guess there could be season. All right, OG, I'll make a new one.
Yeah, when we come out with a new book, we'll do a new intro.
That'll work. We can do that.
Yeah. The new book, we'll do a new weight music, and we'll get you right for the new book. Matter of fact, the poll is up right now.
Yeah.
For the book. Go in there, make a selection. We got 4 books up there, Doc?
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, real quick, let me show y'all what's up with this. We're gonna share that screen. I'm gonna throw it up here so y'all can see. We're gonna add it to the screen. All right. Here we go. Let me blow it up so y'all can read it. We got 4 books here. Well, that's us. Let me go down here. All right, Way of the Superior Man. 66% so far. Real powerful book. This the one y'all might want to get in. This the one that'll change your life. I'm telling you. We got Battle Cry, Raging and Winning the War Within by Jason Williams. I want to read this one. That's the dude who worked with the kids at bald head dude with the big gray beard.
Yeah.
Powerful fella.
Yes. I'm gonna read that one for sure. I haven't read that yet. I might read that one on my own time. But I personally like The Way of the Superior Man because it's one I read. It's things in The Way of the Superior Man I have personally applied to my personal and professional life that have been successful, and I think it's something that can help the men in this group.
Yeah, I know when I turn you on to it, you got to it fast. I mean that thing opened my eyes to a lot of things.
Yeah.
But also we got Will by Will Smith. Believe it or not, it's a lot of stuff in that book. Yeah, that book is heavy with a lot of situational things we need to talk about. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
OG said Art of War by Sun Tzu. Yeah. I think that's gonna be another heavy one. So that's gonna be a heavy one. We got 12 Rules of Life by Jordan Peterson. And I know, Lion, you said something about that. I downloaded it, so I need to jump on that one next. When Jordan Peterson got some real stuff going on right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. So jump
Way
on there.
Superior Man is dope. See, they know. They know.
Jump on there, make a selection. We're gonna pull whichever one get the choices. We're gonna pull it out. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna break it down every week, just like we did the 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah.
And, as always, you guys are welcome to join in, jump in, and express your thoughts.
Oh, definitely, man. That's what make it the best. So, all right, man. You ready?
Let's go, brother. Let's get into it.
All right, let's go in it. 48 Laws of Power, Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Now, check this out. This is something I didn't realize this is how I operate. Like, just in general, and I teach other teachers how to do this. But let me read the judgment to you. This is the what you call that thing, man? Dang, words be escaping me. It's the synopsis, the introduction of the chapter. So here it is. Coercion creates a reaction that will eventually work against you. People gonna resent that. You must seduce others into wanting to move in your direction. The person you have seduced becomes your loyal pawn, and the way to seduce others is to operate on their individual psychologies and weaknesses. Soften up the resistant by working on their emotions, playing on what they hold dear and what they fear. Ignoring the hearts and minds of others, and they will grow to hate you. You got to pay attention to this.
Listen, this is as you get into the chapter, as we read more, people will kind of understand what I'm about to say right now. But in your personal relationships, this chapter can help you the most or hurt you the most. Fellas, you ever hear about women saying, "Oh, you don't pay attention to me"? This is what they're talking about. This is what they're talking about. As we go through this law, you'll see what I mean about the way you have to listen and pay attention. But understand the people. Go ahead.
For me, I my notes on here, and I tell people this all the time. You can't make people do things.
No.
They have to want to do it themselves.
Right.
I learned this, being a teacher, I learned this fast, because if you try to get a student to do what you want them to do, and you try to rule them with an iron fist, they're going to buck. And they may do what you want, but they're going to tear up everything along the way. And it's not even worth it at that point. So you convince them. And I usually, when I find myself doing this, people call it sugarcoating things, but it's not. It is getting stuff done the way I want it done, with 100% cooperation.
Well, okay, I am personally not a fan of what you just said, the sugarcoating. However, as with most of these laws, there's a time and a place. One tactic may work with a certain group and not work with another group or a person.
That's connected to the next chapter. The next chapter connect to this one with that.
Right. So in certain situations, I absolutely agree. You might have to sugarcoat, and in other situations, you got to give them tough love or whatever you want to call it.
But check this out, man. Now, you say OG say truth hurts. I mean, it does. But here's the thing: is truth a weapon? But
truth is a tool.
And this is why exactly. So let me lay this out for you. This is a conversation that I had with a couple friends the other day. One of the friends, he wasn't behaving the way he should. I'm not gonna say the word that my other homeboy called him, but he know what it was. Now he came out and said, "Man, you acting like a you know what."
Right.
Now, when I talked to him, I said, "Yeah, she might be doing this. I understand that. And, they might be doing that. And I get that. But you can do something a little bit different." Now, my goal was to get him to do the action that I wanted him to do.
Right.
Not to just make him, sometimes with some people that work. So in the book right here, he said, operate on the individual psychologies and weaknesses, right?
Right.
The psychology part of that, the person in their mind think that they right. Right? Yep. So your object, just like Aikido, is to get everybody facing in the same direction. So when I talked to him like that, I got him to face in my direction. And then we flowed in the right way, because his weakness was that. His weakness was getting called out. So I didn't exploit that right then. But I went another way and still got it done.
Right.
And he did it willingly.
Right. And that's why it is so important to understand.
Because he know what I'm talking about. He gonna get me too. He gonna get me.
But that's why it's so important to understand about these laws, that That's why it's 48 of them, because you may need to use multiple tactics, part of this tactic and part of that tactic
Yeah.
to accomplish your goal. And this one here, work on the hearts, as it is broken down in the chapter, we can continue to go through it, is, I think, one of the more, depending on your motive, one of the more manipulative
Bro,
laws in this book.
look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Manipulation exists on all levels,
And
and
it works.
with what I do every day with these kids and students, yeah, I manipulate them. I'm
You
not
have
even
to.
gonna lie. I manipulate them, use their weaknesses against them in the way that they think. Sometimes it's doing the opposite thing that they're not expecting. Other times it's saying, you know what, let's say you're right, but this might happen.
Right.
And right then you just say, I agree with you. And then their defense is down. And you can say
Right.
what you want.
And again, it's all tactics. It's all tools. And it really rests in the intentions of the person wielding the tool. But this is one of the chapters that make me truly understand why some people say, oh, this book is a narcissist handbook.
Yeah.
These two chapters right here, if you read these two chapters standalone without building up to this, you would definitely feel some kind of way.
But here's the other thing too. And I think this is why I do this, because before I became a teacher, I did sales. And they train you how to do these certain things to get the results that you're looking for, which is for the customer to buy whatever you want them to buy. And I think I carried that with me throughout a lot of stuff. That's why, we do it like that. But in the Keys to Power here, because he had a bunch of examples at the beginning about Marie Antoinette and I can't even pronounce that one. Zhuge Liang.
Oh yeah, the Chinese general, or the general or emperor. He was a general.
Master strategist and chief minister to the ruler Shu in ancient China.
Right, he was one of the secretaries, kind of.
Yeah, but his word was well respected. So right here, OG say any tool in the wrong hand is a weapon. Yeah, you're right. You are right.
Yeah,
because there's some people, I see it. They try to take the truth of a situation or something about a person and try to destroy them with it.
Yeah,
they try to talk to them in a way that's going to break them down and hide it under the guise of saying, I'm just telling the truth, or I'm just blunt, or I'm unapologetic. You got to live some life with finesse. And that's what this is telling us. You got to be finesse sometimes. But then sometimes, too, you got to hit them with the bat. It just depends.
Listen, this chapter right here is definitely the finesse chapter. This is a finessing, boy. Where my Miami people at? My Miami people will love this one. That's, to me, Miami is the finesse capital of the world, and they using this. They're using this right here
all day, every day. So here in the Keys to Power, listen to this. He said the key to persuasion is softening people up and breaking them down gently. Seduce them with a two-pronged approach. Work on their emotions and play on their intellectual weakness. Be alert to what separates them from everybody else, which is their individual psychology and what they share with everybody else, their basic emotional response, what they really thinking and what they really doing.
Right.
You affect that.
It's a way to appeal to a person. I take it back this phrase here. Interested is interesting. When a person believes you're truly interested in them and what they care about and what they want and what they love, they're going to naturally be drawn to you. They're going to naturally make you feel like, oh, this is a place I can go for some comfort. And as far as this book is concerned, it shows you how to use that and use it to get what you want.
Or, likewise, how people can use it on you.
Correct.
We also go that route. Sometimes people using stuff on you. If they being extra nice to you.
Yeah. I think this is why
something might be happening.
I think this is why some women say, oh, he too nice.
Maybe.
He making me feel too good. I don't trust him. I think this is where it comes from.
You might be right. You might be. I don't know. I don't know. So, but look at this one. When he talked about giving people what they want and playing to their emotions, this sums it up right here. And this is what happens in the business world and when we try to get stuff done. The quickest way to secure people's minds is by demonstrating as simply as possible how the action will benefit them.
Yep.
Self-interest is the strongest motive of all.
That's one of the main drivers in.
Wives are the worst with us men.
Yep. Ain't lying on that
You
one.
know,
Yeah.
hey, I had a partner today. I had to give him a ride, right? He said, I was gonna get my wife to take me. But I had to ask her a certain way. And the way that he had to ask her was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and, do the thing this way. It would have been like he would have to walk 30, 40 miles, something crazy. And she's like, no, don't do that. I'll take you. So he used this, he played on her heart to get what he wanted. With the threat of riding his bike down through the hood at night. It worked.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do out here. You gotta use these tactics to your best advantage, man.
Yeah.
Listen, you gotta appeal to the hearts and minds of others, man. I really like this law because, like you said, it's one of those things we've all used and didn't know we were using it.
Mm-hmm.
We've all done it. You've done it in relationships. You've done it with your kids. You've done it with your coworkers. You've done it with your friends. You've done it, whether you knew you were doing it or not. Being able to effectively apply it for your own motives is what this law helps you do.
Or like we said, when people using it against you, I'm gonna tell y'all another thing real quick. Right now, the solar panel dudes walking around the neighborhood. I'm thinking about getting some solar panel. Okay, I probably can do that. So he come to my door and he start talking. This is what he say. It's gonna save you every money on your electric bill. It's the same money you paying to them, but you get to keep it for you.
Yeah.
It's gonna save you on your electric bill. It's gonna save you on your electric bill. And what I asked them is how much the system costs. Well, it's gonna save you on your electric bill.
Oh.
How much it gonna cost me? Or what it's gonna save you every month on your electric bill. So what he did right there, even though he overdid it, is try to show me how that action would benefit me.
Right. He definitely tried to show you that, but then you did it too much. That made you feel cautious, suspicious. Like, my man, I asked you a question. Give me the answer I asked you for. But it's like when you go to the car dealership and they say, how much is the car? Well, what kind of payment you looking for? None. I ain't looking for no payment.
I want it free.
I want it for free.
Just get it up.
But that's the kind of payment I look zero. Well, I can't give you that. But then tell me how much the car costs, bro. I asked you all the questions.
That's it. But see, by knowing this stuff, you don't have to endure all that because you can cut to the chase real quick because you already know all of the tricks up front. So that's how this help you.
It definitely helps you.
How people take advantage of you.
Because you start to notice the little thing. I've noticed it. Because we've been going through this and doing this book. It's just a lot of valuable information, man. It's just a lot of knowing how to deal with people. Yes, who said that wives are the worst? Yes, women use this tactic more aggressively than men and better. And better because they know they got what we want. Look, they know they got what we want.
Hey, the way a superior man let you know all about that. Yep. Break down the whole thing.
Very well, very much so, and does a great job of it. Yeah. So they know they got what we want. They know we need them. So they using them manipulate us, and they win our hearts and minds. Not to mention something else. Not to mention another body part they win pretty well too.
All of the above. Yeah. But I like what he said in the beginning, and this is something I think it's the lazy way out for a lot of folks. They say coercion creates a reaction that will eventually work against you.
Yeah.
People who mistake what power is try to take everything by force.
Right.
They will. And that's what, because when you take everything by force, eventually people hate you if you be around them enough.
Right. And I think that general, the one about the story about the general was a guy who could have just did it by force, but took the law. I think, like you say, it is the lazy way or the short term way. I got you, and keep it moving. But this is definitely it takes more time.
Hey, that's when we said they will do that. He was agreeing with you. I'll get to him. Yep.
Will. So it's just a matter. It's just a matter of, like you say, paying attention to the people around you, and everyone doing this to you is not out to hurt you.
No,
but you need to be aware of it.
Well, you know what? Sometimes, like you said, they do it for our benefit.
Right.
You know, let's say if you got some health issues, you need to change your diet because you're eating too much, eating the wrong things, and then they try to if your wife, girlfriend, lady, whoever try to get you to change your diet by saying you just need to do it and automatically fixing you some other kind of food, either one, you're going to stop eating it, or two, you're going to stop by McDonald's before you get home and still eat it anyway. So if you want to do it yourself, it's going to stick.
Right.
Sugar get more flies than salt.
That's right.
I'm telling you.
That's right. And that's absolutely correct, player. You know, hey, I'm just going to, I asked you to, your doctor told you to work out. I'm not going to sit here and beg you to do it. I'm just going to cook different food in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's it.
If you look at it like, oh, why you making me eat this versus, oh, my lady care about me and love me. She's trying to make sure I have the right things in my body.
Mm-hmm.
She working on your heart and mind.
Then you know what she going to do. She going to walk up to you, probably pat your head a little bit. You know I love you. But we got to do this. And sweet talk you a little bit, then you be like, all right, then. Yeah. You just gonna go ahead and do it. You gonna eat. It's gonna be however diet food tastes. You still gonna suck it down.
Well, she love me.
There you go. I will gladly eat it. Yep. I will gladly eat all that nasty oatmeal and everything else. But that's the truth, man. I'm telling you. But I guess at the end of the day, y'all, you can affect change through more than just physical actions or, you know, just being rough and tough. You can have some finesse with it too. Yeah. But I will say this, there are times, and he talked about this in the book, where being finesse not going to work. It's going to waste time. Sometimes you got to go out there and crush them.
Yeah. Well, hit him with the reversal, Doc. He got the reversal on this one?
I stopped by everything from Crystal to Burger King. Boy, you don't need to be eating none of that stuff, man. You need to have like kale and dehydrated seaweed in that truck. That's what you need to eat. Don't get that funny
dehydrated seaweed.
Yep. All of that. Don't get that funky water. Just get some spring water. That not nothing that got all that extra stuff in it. That hard water. That's what my son. Yeah, eat the good stuff, man. We want you to live more. We love you, brother. We do. But the reversal, all right. There is no possible reversal to this law. It can't backfire on you.
Wow. That's the first one. Wow. No reversal.
None.
Look, this one will work because once you work on the hearts and the minds, they will buy into whatever program you do. Whatever, just like the lady played on our hearts and minds and got us sitting there sopping up the dinner. Whatever you serving, they gonna eat because you done made it more as valuable to them or more valuable to them than it is to you. There's a thing going on TikTok or Reels right now where it's saying the coach can't want to win more than the player.
Hey, I'm just saying.
It's the same thing. Your job as the coach is to get them to you the coach all times. You the coach. Your job is to make them want it more than you.
Yeah, and that's it.
What this job is all about is making the people buy into your program. This is probably one of the best chapters for a coach to read because this is all about getting everybody else to buy into your program.
To do what you need to do. When you can't force them, you got to do it another way.
Yep.
But now, this is an advanced tactic to this, and this is why you choose who you with. You know, you try your best to choose carefully who you with,
Oh, you got
because
to.
if you
Oh
with
man,
somebody that love and care about you, they're going to manipulate you, all right, but they're going
yeah,
to manipulate you for the right things.
right.
And guess what? I let her do it because I picked
The right
somebody
one.
that's not going to take advantage of me. So if
Oh, and
she need to manipulate me, I'm
speaking
gonna
of
go.
that, happy birthday, Mrs. Doc. You know, I want to say that. I want to
Ah.
say that publicly. I want to say that publicly. Happy birthday, Mrs. Doc.
Oh yeah, she turned like 21 if you ask her.
I thought it was 19.
Oh yeah, I got it wrong. My bad.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was 19. I wasn't sure. Yeah.
All right,
Out there
man.
doing big things, looking good as ever. Tell her we appreciate it. Tell her keep on keeping you straight.
Oh yeah, you know it. You know it. And he said, he was saying he didn't want the healthy food, so he ate when he left home and out the house. I know that's what I was talking about, and that's why I say you need to eat some of them seaweed wraps. Good for you, man. It tastes a little bit salty.
They got the what's the other ones they got the green ones they got. It ain't seaweed, but it's something else. Spinach wrap. They got the spinach
Yep.
wraps too.
Hey, I do them all day
Those,
long.
yeah, they're pretty good. Those pretty good. I admit those. I like the spinach wraps.
It's black don't crack is however is how she feels. So she feel like black don't crack. Say that if you wanna, it might not crack, but it might be rotten up underneath it.
He on his own with this. I didn't say nothing. These
Oh
are
no,
the,
hey,
I just want to say to all the sisters out there, the opinions of individuals on this show are those opinions and those opinions alone. They do not reflect the
oh,
opinions of the names of broadcast. That's all I want to say.
You want the advice, you're going to have to take it.
there you go. I was not a witness.
Not there.
Okay.
All I'm saying, hey, you out there on that limb by yourself, dog. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Look, I'm referring to some. Hey, he said I'm white.
That's a good one.
Boy, OG, you know what? Oh boy, man, y'all.
Boy.
Now you know. OG said this, right? Did he say he white?
The boy got out of there quick. I'm out of there. Y'all old over there.
I got your back, OG. I got your back, man. We gonna hold it down. We might get defeated. It might take all of us in the book of man to win, but we here.
Oh, yeah, we here. We ain't going nowhere now.
All right, man. Let's wrap up this chapter.
So what are your final thoughts on this one, dog?
I'm gonna say the same thing I tell my teachers when I was training them on crisis communication.
Okay.
Have more tools in your toolbox. Now, you might not be comfortable using this, but you can practice in times when the stakes are low. When you're trying to figure out where y'all want to eat at, or ask somebody you can do it on a low level to practice it, and then it's in your back pocket. But then when you need to go ahead and put the hammer down, then you can do that too. You have a multitude of tools to use for communication and crisis resolution. So I'm saying practice this stuff. I'm telling you, go a long way.
I agree with all that, Doc. And I think the best thing you can tell somebody is have more tools in your toolbox. That's why we feel the way we feel about this book, man. This book is just tool after tool after tool that you can use to improve your situation in various fronts.
That's right.
I'm gonna say it real sugar coated like that, real sweet like that. You can use it to improve your situation on various fronts as so desired. That's how I'm gonna leave that.
So He said you don't need every tool in your toolbox to get the job done. And that is true. But
true.
Guess what? Some of us be sitting up there using that same Phillips head screwdriver to do everything.
Do everything. Same one.
And the job would be a whole lot easier if you just went and got a hammer.
You know,
but in a
power
pit,
drill. Some of y'all need to buy the power drill. Sometimes you need to go ahead and just spend the money, take the effort,
Go
and
and get it.
Get the power drill. You working every day with that same Phillip? You want to do all the jobs with the same Phillip?
Hey, because the screwdriver powerful, it do everything. But sometimes getting them better tools do work.
You're gonna use the same screws and the same nails for everything. You ain't gonna get no wood screws. You're gonna keep using the same screws. You ain't gonna switch it up. Okay. All right. You're gonna keep making it hard for yourself.
Hey. So the next chapter here. Again, if y'all want to go back and read that one and any of the other ones, please feel free to do that and let us know. We'll flip back and review it again. Yep. If y'all jump on, so it's cool. So this one is,
and all of the laws are all of the weekly shows are up on YouTube as well, so you can go back and look there if you just getting into the book and look at our thoughts and our ideas, what we thought the chapter meant, but it's all out there for you.
And if you want the audio or the PDF, send me a message.
There you go.
I can arrange some stuff for you. So this one, now the title is longer than this, but Law 44. The mirror effect. It's called Disarm and Infuriate with the Mirror Effect.
Yes.
How to use this. So at this point, it's a weapon.
Yes.
To be used. Judgment, the summary, the introduction, the mirror reflects reality, but it's also a perfect tool for deception. When you mirror your enemies doing exactly as they do, they can't figure out your strategy.
Yep.
Then he said the mirror effects mocks and humiliates them, making them overreact. By holding up a mirror to their psyches, you seduce them with the illusion that you share their values. By holding up a mirror to their actions, you teach them a lesson. So values and action, two things. People can't resist the power of the mirror effect.
I think that's what he says in this one.
That was for the last one. We know men with every tool, but stick to two or three, 4 tools. You're right. We got to expand and do some different stuff.
Yeah. Gotta do some different stuff.
Well, go ahead, Lion.
I think my favorite line in this one is he's saying how to use this as a tactic to buy yourself time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the things people fail to do is wait for the right time to do something. Timing is so important. We go throughout this book. It comes back over and over again. And this is one of the times in here where he teaches you or gives you insight of a tactic you can use to buy time and to bide your time and what you should be doing while biding your time and waiting for that right moment. And I think that is how to me, that's the part about this chapter. I'm like, oh, okay, I've done it in my life, didn't know I was doing it. And now I understand why I was successful and why it gave me the opportunity I was looking for, which was time.
Yeah.
And I think that's something we can all use. Definitely use this, man. Use this right here to make sure you use it for the right timing. Don't rush yourself. Don't rush. While you waiting for the opportunity, you can use this to gain advantage and or knowledge about your opposition.
Yeah, and it's a way to reposition yourself.
Yes.
Reposition yourself to an advantageous position.
Correct. Find yourself some high ground.
So yeah, there you go. That's it. So let's dive into this. Basically, the mirror effect disarms people. Now he has a preliminary typology. These some things he wants you to understand. Well, one, that mirrors have a narcissistic effect. People are narcissistic. All right, here we go. Hold on, let's stop here. Unfortunately, sometimes we buy too much time and fail because it doesn't pass you by. You know what? Remember that chapter? I don't remember which one it was, but you was on with us and we was talking about timing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Timing is
that's
very
it.
important. Timing is very important. You do have to watch that. You can sit there idle for too long.
Mm-hmm. Helps you blend in till you're ready to make a move.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely,
There you go. I had to find the right button there. So,
absolutely.
but yeah, narcissist. Yeah, let's stop on that for a second because you had dropped a hint about this in the beginning of the show. Narcissistic narcissism.
Yep. All come from this cat we about to talk about right now.
Gosh. Yeah, it was. I remember the story about that narcissist, and he liked to look at himself in the pool, in the water. That's all he did is look at himself
Yep.
till he fell in and died.
Yep. Trapped up in
Himself.
himself. Yep. Got mad because he couldn't love. Was back when he realized it was his reflection. Got mad because he couldn't love it.
You love yourself so much till you don't love yourself,
Right.
or you can't. You
Love
love yourself so much that you can't love yourself.
Right.
Think about how deep that is now. Some people loving themselves so much till they can't love themselves.
But I said what I said earlier about this being a word that gets thrown around a lot because it's based off this guy Narcissist.
Yep.
But also how that is used often in relationships. This mirror effect, it goes back to losing yourself in a person or losing yourself in a relationship because people try to apply this and take on the characteristics of the person they're around. And you got to be careful of that because some people are doing it subconsciously and some people are doing it with a motive to suck you in.
Yeah, he talks about con men do this to pretend like they want you until they get taken advantage of.
Right.
But here he talks about the 4 mirror effects in the realm of power. 4 mirror effects. Now, the first thing you can do with that mirror is a neutralizing effect. And what that is that he said, do what your enemies do, following their actions as best as you can. And they cannot see what you are up to. They are blinded by your mirror. So basically you're mimicking the other people there so they can't see what you really are. The best example of this is, the videos I love. I love those sniper videos. Sometimes they have more TikTok and stuff like that. They be like, find the sniper. And then you got to find them in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But what they doing right there, he is neutralizing your vision because he is blending in with the surroundings. But he has a gun ready to kill you.
Yep.
That's what's happening here. Either you can do that and blend in, or on the other hand, people might be doing it to you. Not everybody is what they seem. Everybody ain't your homeboy. Right. Some people out there to destroy you, but you think they cool because of what they doing, but it's little things that they do otherwise.
First off, I want to say, Doc, the way you applied the little sniper analogy, I would have never came up with that, but it was so accurate. You did that. You did that one, Doc. That's definitely what he is. Absolutely using the mirror effect, blending in with his surrounding, deflecting your vision, and come. That was a good one right there. That was very smart. I like how you applied that.
I'm one of you. I'm one of you. That's basically what that is. I'm just like everything around me.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Blending in. This is one for me. I think it'll be a little bit hard for me to use, only because I've tried to, at least in my personal life and in my personal endeavors, try to not blend in. But in the workforce, probably one of the best things you can do for at least some time.
That's what I was going to say. You do it at work. Because when you in the office talking to the GM and the owners, you one way, but when you go out on the floor, you can
Oh,
blend
yeah.
in with them too.
Right. That's what at work I do it all the time. Yeah.
Y'all play a unique thing in between.
This is like code switching.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes. Exactly like code switching. Now all my brothers and sisters out there in that corporate world, y'all know what I'm talking about with that code switching.
I mean, you know what? All right. He says here, he has one that said this is the warrior's mirror. Sun Tzu used it, which I guess whenever we get to that book, we'll learn about that too.
Right.
You ever saw like on a lot of those movies where they set somebody up and they in a crowd and all of a sudden all of the people that's there to kill them kind of show themselves?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's same thing.
Yeah.
So Paul said, I became all things to all men that oh snap, boy. Okay. That I may gain some. Listen.
It's a good one.
This is not in a deceptive way, but this is being able to be around anybody, to talk to anybody, to gain some. So Paul was able to go in with with the people that everybody considered evil and sit and talk with them, and they trusted him, and he was able to turn some of their life around.
I think I love the story in this law. Aclites.
Let me go to it. Go ahead, man. Keep going.
The Spartan.
Alcibiades. Alcibiades. Yes, I knew I recognized that name.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Alcibiades story. He had everybody. He even had the great Socrates tricked.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to know how to use this effectively, go look back at your boy Alcibiades and how he did what he did in this law, man. From Greece to Sparta, from Sparta to Persia, he was making it happen.
That's right. And that match right here, OG said, when I'm in Rome, do as the Romans do, just keep your agenda to yourself.
Exactly. That's exactly what they go through in this chapter. That's exactly what your boy Alcibiades did in this chapter. He went to Persia, made them feel good, acted like them, gave honor to their lifestyle and their culture, and then flipped the script back to his people. He was basically a double agent to a double agent. It's kind of cool.
I'm telling you, man, them stories from back in the days be something else when they really break it down. But I mean, we do this. We do this all the time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about when people hate their job, but they still go.
Yep.
I hate this doggone job, but they walk in. Hey, good morning, y'all.
It's just code switching 101. It's really just the height of code switching and knowing, like the post said, when in Rome, do as the Romans, and knowing how to, it actually builds off a previous chapter where they talked about don't offend the people you're around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That law where it was the ostracute. That's how they got caught up.
Yeah, ostracized those people. Yep. Put them out.
Put them
Get them out of there.
For acting too out of line. So this here is I like it because it's okay, let me play this role, let me play this part while I understand and observe what everybody else got going on.
Or you ain't got to go up in there making a bunch of noise.
No.
You ain't got that's basically what it is. Calm down.
Yeah, sometimes you got to come out the back though, and just lay in the cut and watch people do, and then also when they talk about, I think it's Louis the 16th or Louis the 14th.
Yeah.
And that young lady, they say it was a plain Jane, but she studied her opponent, studied her, not even her opponent, her target.
Yep.
She studied her target and made it, and got herself, found out what he liked and what he loved, and shined it right back at him.
Yep.
And made him fall in love with her because really he was in love with himself.
That's it. So the next one, the narcissist effect. And that's what we talked about, the Greek youth narcissist. He loved himself, but he couldn't love himself. So basically, he said you look into the deep souls of people, fathom their innermost desires, their values, tastes, their spirit, and reflect it back to them, making yourself into a kind of mirror image, or you mimic the person. But he says this is simply the ability to mimic another person, not physically, but psychologically,
Yes.
understanding how they think and reflecting that. People do
That's
that
deep.
to us all the time.
Oh yeah.
And he said if you can show you understand another person by reflecting their innermost feelings, they will be entranced and disarmed all the more because it happens so rarely.
Back to that same thing that we just, these two chapters really run right into each other, because one of the ways you end up being able to get into the hearts and minds is by using the mirror effect.
Look at that. Gas people up enough and they'll be prideful to tell you everything. And this is 100% true. Remember when I told y'all about when I used to sell insurance for rental cars?
Yep.
This is how I got all the information I needed to make sales. Right there.
Let them talk. Let them talk. I like what your boy Jackie Chan said way back in Rush Hour 1. I like to let people talk who like to talk.
Yep.
So I can find out how full of shit they really are.
There you go. But I say this, my warning is for us not to fall into that.
Yes.
When people using our own psychology against us. In some ways it works if it's somebody you love and there's somebody doing something positive for you. But in other ways, they are looking at your demise.
Yes.
They gassing you up, like Damien said. They gassing you up so they can get what they want out of you.
Yes.
It's like making people feel happy.
Yeah.
They make you feel so happy until you just, you know who do this? Vegas, cruise ship. They make you feel good. They make you feel happy. We on the same page. Because guess what? We having fun.
Yeah. But they're really just trying to get you down into that casino.
They having fun.
Yeah. And listen, I'm not even gonna lie. On the casino, boy, on the cruise ship, boy, they make the casino fun. They playing music, they playing games, they giving away prizes. They want you to stay in that. We doing the next prize giveaway in an hour. They want you got to be here to get it.
Yeah, that's it.
They want you to sit in that casino, boy. They want you to stay in there and want you to have a good time. They bringing the drinks to the table, everything.
Man, look, I'm about to share with y'all some advanced level stuff. It's not in the book, but it's related to the book. Remember Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
When he do the
hard to kill.
So, all right. The thing he does, right, is Aikido.
Right.
The purpose of Aikido is not a striking technique.
No.
But what it is a repositioning technique. The object of Aikido, when you do all the moves, is for the people to be facing in the same direction. Right? You want to get so you can physically turn somebody and they facing to this way and you standing right behind them in an advantageous direction facing the same way. You see that? Mm-hmm. So here's the advanced part. That's not always physical.
No.
It's mental too. You just said at the casino, they make it fun.
Yeah.
They got you turning in their direction and they're right here to get you.
Yep.
So when you want to get something done, you have to turn it in your direction so you are behind it and ready to act.
Yep.
And that happens in small things. Like you say, her sucker born every minute. Yeah, it is. Right here, use a person energy again. Yep, that's exactly what they do.
Yep.
And that's what this is. That's the mirror. It's the Aikido. It's all of that stuff. So think about it psychologically and mentally. All right, check this out. This is what happens. You ever had an argument with somebody and you've been mad with them and your voice is loud and then they come in down here?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you coming down here, they done turned you.
Yep.
Or if you have a baby that's crying, the first thing we do is get in the face and start laughing or making funny faces to turn them in our direction. You can
Correct.
do this in everywhere you are.
Yep.
All right, class over. Bing. So the next one, oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead. You got it.
No. The psychology of this chapter, man, is and these two chapters together, really about you have to show some interest in the people you're dealing with in order to make these work. Sorry, for sometimes it's got to be about somebody else.
That's true.
It's got to be
That's
about
true.
somebody else. Sometimes you got to put yourself to the back burner for a little while and focus your energy on somebody else.
Yeah.
So you can then reposition them to focus.
That's right.
on you and your task.
I'm about to drop another one on you, man. You can reposition yourself the same way.
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
I tell people when I'm having a bad day, I had a bad start to my day, I start treating people better. I be nice to them, telling everybody good morning, because I want to turn in that direction. Same thing.
Yep.
So you can use this on yourself.
Absolutely.
So now the next one here, the moral effect. We only got this one and one more, then we wrap it up.
Yeah.
Moral effect. Power of the verbal argument is limited. They're not hearing what you're saying, and it accomplishes the opposite. So otherwise, you got to show them.
Yep.
I can show you better than I can tell you.
Yes, sir.
When they do something bad to you, you make them feel like their behavior has been unpleasant instead of hearing you complain about it. I got to learn this one. I'm not good at that one.
Okay.
I'm not. Because the problem I have is when you're having conversations with people, especially online, because everybody, they'll say whatever out their mouth or out their fingers online.
Yes, sir.
What really gets under my skin and what I despise is when somebody makes a point, but they take a shot at you while they're making it. They might call you something like an Uncle Tom after they made their point. Or they might say something like, you would have been this or that. And that just irritates the stew out of me. It's like timeshares for me. That's what that is.
People do that. And to me, when people do that and they feel the need to do that when they're having a conversation or back and forth, to me, it makes whatever they said less valid. Because it's like you didn't have what it take to make a point, so you try to go with an insult.
Yeah.
What's that? That sign language.
Shame, insult, guilt, the need to be right.
Yep.
I mean, that's what it is. So yeah, and so I could throw that back at them, but I don't operate that way. So I don't.
Yeah.
But I may start doing it or just saying, bro, you ain't even had to say that. But on the other note, we do this in the classroom. He actually, in the book here, he said, this is the teacher's mirror.
Yeah. He did say that.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Then now growing up, check-in make us change tactics. Well, I mean, and okay, that's true.
That's true.
That is true. Point. That is true. That's OG right there. OG always be giving the knowledge, man, and that's true.
That's
it
true.
Did make us change tactics.
But I want you to think about something, what check-in did for us. Check-in made us pay attention to detail.
Yeah.
Because you could find the smallest thing about somebody and use it in checking back and forth. It made us pay attention. I think that's one of the things these kids have lost.
They ain't got it.
Because it's two things that checking gave you. One, you prepped so you wouldn't get checked.
Hey, you ain't never lied, bro.
You tried to be detailed in how you dressed and how you know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying. You had to prep for the checking.
Yeah.
And then two, you had to be you had to pay attention to what other people were doing while they was checking.
Yeah.
Robert, OG, I was good because I was 5'1" till I was in 10th grade, so I had to get good.
He had no choice.
Until the summer after 10th grade, I had to get good at checking because I couldn't beat nobody. I was a little dude around.
Hey, but I ain't go for it, man. You know what I did, man? 'Cause, you know, out here where I'm at, it was rough, man. I'll never forget the day when I finally got good at it.
Yeah.
I got tired of them messing with me. So I said, okay, I need to think of 10 things I could say about this person back to back to back. And I had more things than he did, and I won. And it wasn't about that person. It was about everybody else around you to make them laugh. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was almost a rap battle.
Yeah.
And you know, when we was in Scaly Hooker homeroom watching Power Rangers and checking. I remember Mr. Duran used to get mad because we be in there checking.
It was a last time, man. You had to do it. You had, but I really think they call it bullying now. It really made you quick on your feet. It made you pay attention to detail. It made you engage with your classmates and your friends in a way, and people who did it right could do it without hurting people's feelings.
Yeah,
but it made you sharp.
But see, but that is different than what I was talking about. It's different. It's not just just checking, just talking about somebody.
Right.
No, this is deeply personal attacks.
Right.
On a philosophical level.
Mm-hmm.
Not said in jest or not said to be funny. Like when you call somebody an Uncle Tom, now nobody called me Uncle Tom. That's one thing I observed today with somebody else. But if somebody call you Uncle Ruckus,
oh man,
you know what I'm saying? They ain't saying that to be funny unless they talking about your eye being off center.
Right.
So those the things.
Uncle Ruckus is fighting words.
See, look, there you go.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna happen? Hold on.
You can call me, and I'm gonna tell you to come visit me. When I get you back on course, I'm gonna kick you straight in your ass and tell you to go to bed and wake up with a better attitude.
Exactly.
Better attitude. That's all that is. But you know what? Well, you go ahead, man, and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and then we can.
No, I was just gonna say, if you call me Uncle Ruckus or Steven from Django, it's going down. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, okay. Dropping everything, all the bombs.
Hey, listen, but can you do it?
But what I was gonna say though is this: flipping the behavior on them to see what they're doing. For example, we all had kids and babies before.
Mm-hmm.
And they be up there crying and yelling at the top of their lungs. You start yelling at the top of your lungs and they stop.
Yep.
That's crazy. Moral effect.
Yep.
Same thing.
Absolutely. You know what? Another way.
Some jabs cause a fight.
Transference of frustration.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you got your little issues going on and you come to somebody else, you can dump it right off on them.
Yeah. And it happens all the time, man.
Yeah. That's that transference of frustration. And that's a part of the mirror effect.
Yeah.
Look, man, let's read these books. Man, read these chapters. Use this stuff. It's out here for you. You can use it for defense. You can use it for offense. You can use it to manipulate for good, manipulate for bad. But it's just so much value you can use in your personal life and your professional life. I'm so glad I've gone through this book, read these chapters, read these laws, going over them, studied them. I know it's improved me in my in any and all interactions. My children, professional, my relationship. It's just a powerful, powerful book. And anybody out here talking bad about this book, I gotta say they haven't read it.
No, they don't, man. I think starting this was one of the best things we did.
Yeah.
I love the Saturday talks. We could talk and do whatever, but this right here.
Oh, yeah.
And the next book is going to be, no matter which one we pick.
It's going to be, because we done got better at this. So I think that's important. But speaking of Saturday, I want y'all to join us on Saturday.
We got a lot of stuff.
We got a lot of stuff going on for y'all on Saturday, man. We think it's going to be a really good show. we're working on at least one special guest, if not more. I don't know if y'all, I don't even want to tell y'all what the topic is, but it's something that's been going around.
Right.
I think we got some interesting point of views coming about this, and join us on Saturday. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and we need to talk about the Marvel stuff too. So we need to talk about some Marvel, some superhero stuff. We're gonna get into that.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Oh man, your boy Thor. Ooh, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. Might be a little controversial. Some folks might like what we got to say. Some folks might not. But I think it's gonna be interesting. We want to hear as many point of views as possible.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a good show Saturday, 11 a.m. After you get through, matter of fact, once you sit down and make that late breakfast, flip the phone on, turn it on, and watch us and see what we're talking about.
Buy you some seaweed wraps. All right, man. Hey. Now, see, he said Wakanda. You know what? People gonna be mad with me with that one because that's gonna come up too, and I ain't sure I even want to watch it. I'm gonna
watch it. I'm gonna watch it. Because it's still us. It's still Ryan Coogler. I got faith in Ryan Coogler. I know he's handcuffed by Disney and the Marvel phases and all of that, but I got faith in Ryan Coogler in his previous works, and I think he's gonna find a way to make it make sense.
Well, here's the thing that you don't get and might not know. It ain't really about us, as in black people. This one about the Hispanic folks.
But that's why I say.
But I'm interested.
That's why I say I got faith in Ryan Coogler, because his history, to me, his movies have proven to always present us, especially black men, in a positive light.
But it ain't none there. They all gone.
He was trying to put something back in there for us, man. I got faith in my boy.
I got too much comic book knowledge up here in his head, boy. Y'all gonna be mad with me, but it's all good because you know what? I might still go, but I ain't wearing no white. Forget that. I love him, but I ain't wearing no whites. Anyway, man, I guess you ready to shut it down.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for joining us tonight, man. 43, 44. We got 4 laws left. 4 laws left. 2 more weeks. Then we're going to move on to something new. Stick with us these last 2 weeks. We're going to get these last couple laws out the way. Get this information, get this knowledge. We thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate y'all, Doc. What you want to close out with something, Doc?
No, I think you done said it all, man. I mean, this has been a good show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all got to come back for the rest of them, and definitely tell all your friends about the book study, because the more people, the more opinions you got in here, the better it is. And we can learn from one another. And y'all know me. I'm not afraid to put my weaknesses out there because I need all y'all help.
Man, Doc, ain't nobody going no timeshares this week, Doc. We know what the weakness is. Nobody doing no timeshares this week. We getting ready for school. School coming back. Everybody getting ready for school, man. Nobody doing no timeshares. Hey, we love y'all.
All right, y'all.
We out.
Later.